Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So as you can tell, today is going to be a little different. So as you guys all know, today's Halloween, and I thought it'd be fitting to tell you guys something that I don't really tell a lot of people, but it kind of fits the holidays. Now, part of it I tell everybody, but the other part of it only a few people in my life know. But I figured it's not that big of a deal. It's just something that happens, I guess. It happens to a lot of people. So I know a lot of people don't believe in like ghosts and stuff, but I firmly do. And as of lately, I feel like I'm being haunted, not gonna lie to you guys. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on that's just kind of led up to me thinking this. One of the examples being my door. When I go to sleep, I don't lock my door for many reasons, and I'll wake up and my door will just be locked, and you can only lock from the inside, so it's kind of weird that I just wake up with it being locked. Another thing being, as you guys can tell in a lot of my videos with the face cam, I have a background. The background is just a sheet, and one time while I was in my bed, laying there, like on my phone and stuff, and all of a sudden the entire sheet just gets ripped down from the ceiling. Now, I have it up there really well, and it's not just gonna fall down, especially like, it looked like it was forcibly ripped down from the ceiling, which again isn't like the greatest like reasoning for me feeling like I'm being haunted, but I'm getting to there. Another thing being my lights inside my room. I'm not gonna say that they flicker, which they do until now. A couple months ago, one of my light bulbs, I have two in the ceiling light, one of them went out, and so I thought, okay, I'll just fix it. But when I went to go fix it, I realized that the light bulb itself was actually like detached from the metal. It was kind of just hanging there because I had like a cover on it, and I was like, okay, that's weird. I've never seen that happen before, so it was just kind of odd for it to happen. And so I changed it, and then not even 10 minutes later, that light blows out too. So I just thought that to be another really odd thing that happened. So I just kind of like this whole time, it's been a couple months, I just kind of left it out, haven't put the light bulb back in. I just had the one light bulb. And then I came home from work today, and it kind of fits it because I was already planning on making this video, and then this happened again today. I come home, and that light bulb was also out, and then the metal piece was out from the light bulb itself. I don't know if it's something that causes that, but it was out. Everything else works perfectly fine. The power didn't go out, none of the clocks are off. So it's really weird, something that happened. Now to get into the stuff that really makes me believe that it's more of a haunting than anything else just randomly happening. So, I have these things called night terrors, and if you know anything about them, they're extremely scary. They're really bad to have, and you don't get them like every night, but you kind of know what causes them for yourself. And for me, sometimes it's just being too tired, like overly tired, and I'll like pass out, and then like if I'm trying to sleep in an uncomfortable environment. To kind of explain what night terrors are, to kind of further my story a little bit, which has nothing to do with the haunting yet. Night terrors are kind of, it depends really for everyone. The most common one, which is the one I suffer from too, is when you're laying there, it's kind of a state between being awake and being asleep. And the most common one is having someone on top of you, like pressing down on your chest, and kind of like, if you guys ever seen like the Harry Potter series in the movies, you'll see the Dementors like kind of like suck the soul out of the person or whatever. That's basically what it feels like, except they're like sucking like your breath away. Like you can't, it's really hard to breathe. They're pressing on your chest. You can't move. You can't speak at all, and you just kind of have like this thing like on top of you, just like a shadow basically. You can't see anything other than that. And the way that like I wake up from it is that I had to realize like that it's a dream. Like it's hard to realize something as a dream. You have to kind of like pick out something that's actual reality. For me, it's like seeing sunlight outside, or because I work overnight, so I see daylight through my window or something. So when I see the daylight cracking through like the blinds, it kind of reminds me. But for the most part, that's the only way to really break out of it until it passes. And so lately, they've changed for me, and the way they've changed is instead of having this presence on top of me, I'll see it in odd parts of the room. I'm getting like chills talking about this. Like you'll see it in a corner and something in a place that doesn't even make sense for it to be in. You can see the full figure of it. Like at the end of my bed, I have my TV stand. It will just be inside the TV stand and just standing there. You can see it inside the TV stand, like the full shadow. Now, I'm gonna throw a real quick picture of what I think it looks like. I'm just trying to find one on Google, and that resembles it a little bit. Without going there yet, I'm going to like try and explain to me what it looks like. Now again, it's stereotypical, and I get you guys don't believe it, but it's cool. I'm just simply sharing the story with you guys, only because I thought it fit the season. So basically, the guy looks like, to me, you can't depict like a real face or anything, but it just kind of looks like a tall, like real slim, slender guy, like probably like reaching 8 feet tall. His arms are super long down to the side, and you can't really get like a full like depiction of what it looks like. Now this all started a couple months ago as well. I woke up and I seen it, and I thought somebody was in my room. And since it was the first time, I was like, I seen someone, like it was like right behind the screen that the background, the drape that I have. It like went behind it. And I was like talking to it, or like thinking I was trying to talk to it, but words wouldn't come out my mouth. And I was like thinking, I'm like, okay, come out from behind the screen. And no one was moving. And so I get out of bed to go look, and no one's there. Oh my gosh. And so that was like the first time that happened. I was like, okay, that's weird. I didn't really think anything about it. And then like the next night it happens. I'll see him standing in the corner of my closet. Like my closet's kind of pushed in. There's no door to it really. You'll see him standing in the closet with his head like crouched like this, like against the ceiling, or like I said, in the TV stand, just randomly. And I think the most scary thing is that like to see, like think that maybe one time you'll wake up and see him just standing next to you. And the reason I think that a lot of these things are in common with each other, the night terrors and the hauntings, I think that the presence or the ghost or whatever you want to call it is just kind of tapping into the night terror and kind of blending itself with that, and which I think that makes it even more scary. Because when I see him, I can't say nothing to him. I can't really move until like a couple seconds after the whole thing's happened, and it's really just gotten to the point where I'm kind of used to it. I've kind of accepted it, and it's really scary to like think about and stuff. That like, oh, this could be this thing in your room, but I guess once it's happened for so long, if it really wanted to hurt me, it would have hurt me by now. Oh, another thing that happened actually last weekend. I had a friend come over, and when he came over, we went to go see a movie and stuff. And when we got back to my house, I was like, yo, I'm gonna take a nap. I haven't slept in like 24 hours. And he was like, okay, cool. And then he was just hanging out on his computer at my desk, and all of a sudden, like, I was sleeping, and I thought I heard like the biggest banging sound happening, and I like jumped up, like breathing heavy, like what'd you drop? What happened? He's like, dude, I just been sitting here, nothing happened. I was like, dude, something just fell, like a whole like stand of stuff fell. And he's like, dude, nothing happened. I've legit just been sitting here on my headphones and watching a video. And I was like, are you serious? Like, something fell. And so I was like, okay, that's weird. And so later on, he went to go take a nap, and my bed's really big, don't get me wrong, we're not like together, but so he was in my bed sleeping on the one side, and I was just watching Netflix, and all of a sudden he wakes up like breathing like super heavy, like, and then like he was kind of like over, like got up to go like that, like over me, like kind of just like like lean over me. I was like, yo, what are you doing? And he's like, did you touch me? I'm like, no, I didn't touch you. And then he's like, dude, you fucking touched me. I'm like, dude, no, I didn't. And like, I really thought that he was like gonna like whoop my ass on the spot. And I'm like, yo, what is happening? Like, he was like super into it, breathing really heavy, like really like puffed up. And I was like, yo, just go back to sleep. He's like, no, I can't go back to sleep. I've been up for too long. I'm like, you've been up for like 5 seconds just yelling at me, but okay. And legit, like 3 seconds later, he fell back asleep. And then when I asked him about it in the morning, he was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what you're talking about? He's like, dude, that never happened. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? And he swears that he never woke up and said all that stuff. So for me, that's also something really weird that happened, and it kind of just furthers it a little bit more that there's something going on in my room, entirely. Like, there hasn't been stuff to happen throughout the house. It's just really been in my room. But yeah, I thought that'd be a real life scary story for you guys. Again, it's not something I really share with people, but I feel like there's nothing wrong with sharing it now that I'm kind of like used to it. The night terrors have just started like maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So it's kind of something that I've just grown accustomed to at this point, and try just accepting and coping with it. So I feel like sharing it with you guys, the few of you that there are, will kind of just further that a little bit. But yeah, that's why I'm in my dining room currently, because my lights are all blown out, and I do have like a stand-up light that I could use. But to me, it doesn't really like cover like the surrounding area, and so I was just like, screw it, I'll just go make the video upstairs. So here we are. But that's what I got for you guys. I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys have any scary stories, don't be hesitant to just kind of share them with me. And if you guys have any ghost stories, it'd be cool to hear your guys'. The giveaway did end today, so I'll be announcing the 2 winners tomorrow, and I'll explain how I picked the 2 winners and just everything else in that video. But anyways, this video's been long enough, guys. If you guys did like the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys haven't. I have a lot more planned. It's not just going to be League of Legends anymore. I have a lot more games planned and a whole lot more ideas. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.